It is always hilarious to see people melting down over the smallest things possible that are posted on the internet, and right now the target seems to be Pokemon, because yes, guys, apparently you are sexist if you don't pick Chikorita. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, you would think, wow, Pokemon, everybody loves the franchise, it's so cute and fun and wholesome, but no. If you don't pick the right starter, apparently you are sexist. And if you criticize this starter, you're sexist. So this comes from none other than TheMarySue, a raging feminist outlet. What do you mean, who's picking Chikorita? The Pokemon fandom sexism is showing, and I'm still picking my girl in Legend Z to A. It's just so funny how ridiculous they truly sound here. In light of Pokemon Day 2025, I was thrilled to see Chikorita revealed as one of the returning starters in Pokemon Legends Z to A. Then I remembered people hate this Pokemon, like to the point of crashing out on the internet. One user on TikTok asked literally, who's picking Chikorita? And this is something I have asked myself before. I understand you like this certain type of creature. That's fine if you have love and nostalgia for Chikorita because you're one in a million people who actually chose this one. But to go and have a meltdown and call people sexist for making fun of a fictional creature is just so funny to me. I genuinely don't know how anyone in their right mind could see Totodile and Cyndaquil and say, you know what, I'm choosing Chikorita. That just sounds insane, but then again, so is this article. Not even the possibility of Mega Evolution or a new regional evolution is enough to stop the Chikorita hate. Yeah, guys, stop being bigots. Stop criticizing this fictional creature. Since it was introduced back in the Gen 2 titles Gold and Silver and became a member of Ash's team in the anime, Chikorita and her iconic leaf ponytail have been the subjects of criticism and bad faith debates held to the same double standards as the girls and LGBTQIA plus fans who've stuck by her side all of these years. Your gender and your sexuality and your identity don't make you a better fan than somebody else. And what is so hilarious to me is these are the types of people who constantly say, your sexuality doesn't define you, your gender shouldn't be used against you, yet they constantly use it as a shield in discussions like this. Surprise, surprise, people still hate Chikorita in 2025. Yeah, because it's just a bad Pokemon. And it's funny to me how they specify in this that, like, Chikorita is a female and Chikorita's always been a female, when that really isn't the case, because if you look at kind of the gender differences when it comes to the starters and like how rare it is to actually get a female starter, as you can see, Chikorita has the same percentage to be a male as the others. So most of the Chikorita, at least this is in Soul Silver, are males. It's rare to actually get a female. So the majority of the time, Chikorita's a guy. Who's gonna tell these buffoons? If it's not a complaint about Chikorita's girly or lackluster appearance, it's about her average stats and poor performance in her native region. How dare these developers make a female creature that isn't as strong as her male counterparts? We need to cancel them. This is why there are so many jokes about women in the gaming industry and women ruining the gaming industry. Now, obviously, I don't believe that, and I know most of you don't believe that. It's just kind of a joke at this point in time, but this is why this joke exists, because you are a female who is constantly complaining about how females in video games are not as strong as their male counterparts, or there's not enough of them and there's not enough representation for women, which is just crazy to think about, because it's just so totally and completely inaccurate. Funny, considering its final evolution is comparable to fan favorites. That's fine. But that doesn't mean we still have to like it as much as Totodile or Cyndaquil. While design and stat preferences are subjective, what's especially silly about furthering this narrative is that the thinly veiled misogyny that's always surrounded the Chikorita line likely won't hold very much weight soon. Yeah, guys, if you've criticized this fictional creature, your time is up. With the next Legends title in the works, we can safely assume we'll see each returning starter receive a new form, whether a regional final evolutionary form or mega evolution. Either way, stat boosts and design touch-ups are all but guaranteed, answering big complaints. In the meantime, singling out Chikorita and bashing its stats feels needlessly hateful and honestly pretty sexist and homophobic. To those asking who's planning on picking Chikorita, I am, and I'm tired of debating one of my favorite starters' viability. Guys, this has to be top tier trolling material. I genuinely thought when I was sent that headline that it was fake, but it's not. That's the worst thing about this, is that TheMarySue has posted articles like this for years, and they are being 100% serious, saying that it is racist and homophobic and misogynist and sexist to not choose the Pokemon starter that they like, or the Pokemon starter that they've deemed a woman, when again, it's actually not like 95% chance to be a female. And I had actually posted this over on my ex, and people are brutally mocking TheMarySue now. Savvy said, "It's people like that who need to be told no, just repeatedly told no. Anything they ask, even if it's how your day, just tell them no. I've always liked Chikorita, but to be sexist for not? WTF, I seriously don't get what's going on. Except Chikorita can also be a boy just like every other Pokemon unless they do updates to it. Chikorita is one of the weaker grass-type starters. This is 100% true. You could never compare Chikorita and Bulbasaur. I might not almost ever choose Bulbasaur, but you could not compare those two. Clearly, there's a winner. I'm still picking my girl. Chikorita's 75% male, just like all the other starters. Chikorita's my favorite starter. Are they implying that only women like Chikorita? I guess so. Sorry, Totodile is the only option I see. See, I always go Cyndaquil. I always go the Fires, but on the flip side, I can understand the Totodile hype. I always pick fire type. Yep, that's me. Oh no, what is actually wrong with these people? Chikorita can also be male. WTF. Rule number 1 for game journalists: never try to tell gamers what to do. So yes, guys, apparently you're a terrible person for not picking the starter that these people prefer. I will be keeping my eye on this to see if they do any sort of a follow-up article. It seems like truly and genuinely, but at the same time, it is on TheMarySue, and that is genuinely how these raging feminists think. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.